tonight we're going to be starting our first official session of Isle of Dread campaign. We had our session 0, which kind of rolled into like a session 0.5, where we kind of got Danny's character together and we got Laszlo's character together. And we found out that Danny is playing... well, Danny, what are you playing?
I am a Firbolg, Paladin, Criminal. I check all the diversity boxes.
You do. And what is your and name of your character?
Glyndon.
Glyndon. Okay.
The Good Witch.
Right. And then we met Laszlo, his character, and he is playing
Mugrunden.
Mugrunden.
Born fighter. Sailor.
Right.
I'm sorry, it's really hot in here.
And then finally, tonight we're gonna your two characters are together at the lighthouse after y'all's mini adventure, and y'all are gonna be meeting Wes's character here in a few minutes. So the way the first game worked is we had a situation where just a quick recap is that several months ago, the two of you had met as Mugrunden had come down from the docks in Baldur's Gate. He traveled south in order to fish for shark, which is something he really enjoys to eat. And
it's quite delicious.
Quite delicious. And he heard there was good catching around the lighthouse. There he met a Firbolg who was just kind of interested, and they kind of hung out, fished. They caught a shark. They cooked and ate it. Or actually, Mugrunden ate it, and Glyndon just kind of looked at him like, "Why would you eat this? It's terrible." And that was months ago. And then fast forward to today, Mugrunden comes back from being on board a merchant vessel, and had come into Baldur's Gate. He's got a couple of weeks of leave. He decides, I'm going to head back and just kind of check out what's going on in Baldur's Gate. He gets off the dock and sees a wanted poster for Glyndon's arrest. He's wanted for murder. He finds that very curious because Glyndon seemed like a pretty stand-up, easygoing, laid-back Firbolg, and decides to make his way down to the lighthouse to see if he can find his old friend, or loose acquaintance, I guess, at this point. It's more curiosity than anything. So
I figure I either see my friend again or get a bounty of 100 gold.
Yeah, right. Either way, it's a win-win situation. So you spend a couple days heading south of Baldur's Gate to the lighthouse, which is all the way down past the shipwreck coast and past Candlekeep. You spend a couple days getting down there, and you walk into the tavern that is owned by this stout, hairy dwarf named Adric, who's the keeper of the lighthouse. You walk right into the tavern, and there's no one there except a 7.5-foot Firbolg sitting at the bar, 3 deep in ale. And y'all had a conversation that was kind of interesting because the Firbolg didn't really realize he was wanted for murder. He didn't deny that he had done anything, but it was kind of an odd. It was an odd conversation. It was Mugrunden kind of figuring out that what the story was and what exactly happened a few months ago, Glyndon.
So Firbolg just minding his own business in the forest. And up comes running a halfling through the forest and pursued by, I don't know, some shady-looking character. And so Glyndon tries to talk because they're all about diplomacy. Violence as a last resort type thing. And he tries to talk. It doesn't work. And kind of gets into it with the attacker. And come to find out that the pursuee is a halfling, and as part of the Thieves Guild, he initiates the Firbolg Paladin into the Thieves Guild. Kind of says, "I owe you one," and I guess heads back to Baldur's Gate. And that was the last Glyndon knew about the situation. So,
okay. So then that was a couple of weeks ago. You've just been hanging out, didn't really think much of it, until Mugrunden comes in to let you know the unfortunate news that you are wanted. And as y'all were having that conversation, a storm had rolled in, and Adric leaves you two and goes to tend the lighthouse as it's getting to be nighttime and there's a really bad storm coming in. And a few moments later, you hear this loud crash. Y'all head outside the lighthouse and look down and see that a small skiff has gone into the cove and has wrecked against the rocks. Y'all make your way down, slightly inebriated. Y'all had drank a lot of ale, and you got down to the beach, and you saw a pretty crazy scene of the skiff broken in two across the rocks. And you saw what you had thought was something like a body that had been washed up on the side of the shore. The two of you ran down to find out what was going on. And Glyndon, you stopped short as you noticed on the back part of the ship in the water two shadowy figures crawling up the back of the bow of the broken off ship. You stop and try to hail them to see what is going on. And at that moment, they both dove into the water and, hang on.
Hello, my friends!
you dove into the water and find out that you had two fishmen, these two, maybe sure I'm saying this, Sahuagin. The fishmen. So two of those charged, y'all entered into combat. And y'all had a pretty hairy combat between the 2-on-2. Mugrunden actually ends up going down. Glyndon had to protect him, use his lay on hands to bring him back up.
It wasn't my best moment.
Right. No. But y'all did manage to beat them. And then you do, through some investigation, you find that the body is dead. Y'all found a necklace, an amulet on the half-elf that was dead on the shore. And also using your detect magic, you saw something shiny in the water, and our bronze dragonborn friend take off his armor, jumps in the water, and retrieves a small footlocker, which had a scroll case in it that was emanating some type of light magic. Y'all took that back to the tavern. Remember, you opened it up and water's pouring out of it. We got the scroll. And you open the scroll to discover the journal entry, basically, of some Rory Barbosa, who apparently had found some type of lead on some massive treasure on this island called the Isle of Dread. And it's very detailed on his account of what he saw there. But apparently there's a massive black pearl that's rumored to be in the middle of this island. And there was a lot of information on there that we'll dig into later. I've put it into the journal that we can take a look at. And that's where we left it. Y'all were at the tavern. You remember you had the Villium enchanted scroll was sogging wet. You put it up against the fire, not in the fire, but like near it to dry it. And the fire actually caused the script to appear on the scroll itself. So some type of effect that needed flame to illuminate the actual script on the scroll itself. So y'all just got that, and that's where we ended. And now it is the next morning, and y'all wake up basically on the floor of the tavern after the long night. Y'all are the only ones there. Y'all just kind of cuddled up at the tavern. And I will
not with each other, mind you.
Not with each other. No. So we're gonna move everyone back over to the tavern.
Those aren't pillows.
Yes.
Yeah, we found comfy spots to cuddle ourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
So you finished off the keg of ale. Y'all had your rest. And in the first thing in the morning, you wake up, and Glyndon, this is whenever you have your moment where you wake up and look down and you feel the heat coming off of your left arm that from whatever happened the night before. And Magrunner, you wake up when Glyndon stirs, and you look over and you see him like kind of holding his left arm and kind of looking down at it strangely.
What's the matter there, Glyndon?
I think I had a strange dream.
A dream that your arm is injured?
No, it was a good dream. Hold on. My Leaky visited me. It feels
really?
like. Seems like she bestowed upon me some sort of blessing. It's a very good dream. Brought on by lots of drink. Let's do some more.
I didn't dream at all. little too much cigarette.
What time is it?
Is it beer o'clock for them?
No, it's probably
Exactly.
I think Murunden's
sun
gonna
is
try and
just
rustle
now
up some
coming
breakfast
over-
first.
the sun's coming up on the horizon, so it's you
Okay,
know, it's
so it's still
daybreak.
pretty early.
It's daybreak.
Excellent.
Okay.
All right, so as you guys are kind of scuffling around, Adric is nowhere to be found. Now, Glyndon, you kind of make yourself at home here, so you immediately just walk into the back and start perusing, looking for something to eat. It's very normal for you just to kind of have your way with the place, you know.
Yeah.
You do a lot of the gathering of the different things that they bring in. So you just like, hey, this is part of it. Like you're of a barter system. You're like, what is money? I don't really know.
Yeah.
So that is the scene. And now we're gonna jump over to Wes's character. Now, Wes, you have been in Baldur's Gate for several months. And we've had a lot of conversation about the fact that you have been staying at the Water Queen's house, which is the Temple of Umberly. You've been staying there for a good bit, and you have joined the guild as well in Baldur's Gate, which is the local thieves guild. You have met this, you've befriended this Neville Tallfellow, who is a local kingpin of the thieves guild. From y'all's conversations, you're basically in a situation where you are keeping tabs with them because you have your own agenda as you're watching over the temple, as well as kind of keeping an eye on the guild. So you're kind of playing both to kind of get the information you need for your agenda. It is at this time that a messenger from Neville has come to you and says that Mr. Tallfellow has an errand for you to run if you don't mind leaving the temple for a few days.
Not at all. That's fine.
Okay. So you follow the messenger is a little bit more than a messenger. It's actually like the right hand of Neville Tallfellow. It's a female. It's someone you've met before. You're not very comfortable with her because she's a Yuan T. And you've just kind of in your travels, you don't really trust Yuan T that well. You've had some bad experiences. Not to say that all Yuan T are terrible. Just
is that the snake?
It's the snake people, right?
People.
Yeah. So it's just your experiences with the Yuan T in the past have just been like, ugh. So you're a little unsure. As you follow her back to the Blushing Mermaid, which is the name of the tavern that Neville kind of. He doesn't run it, but he has offices there to say. So you head there and you meet, you go in the back and you meet with Mr. Neville Tallfellow, and he gives you, he looks you over and goes, "Good to see you again. I need someone that the locals don't really know is affiliated with me to run a quick errand down south. I need you to head down to the lighthouse on the coast. An old friend of mine is down there, and I need you to retrieve him and bring him back to me. But just so you know, people are looking for him, so it's best that you take the cart and the horse and buggy and smuggle him back into town. He is not safe where he is, and I kind of owe him a small favor, so I need you to head down to the lighthouse, find my friend. You can't miss him. He's 7-8 foot furball, nasty long ears. He will be the only one that you see. Bring him back. I believe I can't remember what his name was. Glenn something. Yes, Glenn. I think his name is Glenn. Go bring Glenn back to me post haste, because I do believe our flaming fist adversaries are actually out looking for him now. So I would very much not like that to happen. So you may go now.
It will not be a problem as long as this is reciprocated by keeping the information about pirate activity.
But of course. And you will also continue to give me information on whatever's happening at that godforsaken temple. So, thank you so much, and be on your way. He has no love for Umberly whatsoever.
Sounds like he doesn't have much love for Glenn.
The famous people.
What's his name? Baldur? What's this? The cosmic key. Yeah. Thanks.
All right.
Yeah.
So with that, you the Yuan T, whose name is let me see, what's her name? Hang on. Zala. You follow Zala around the back of the tavern where she shows you this old beat up cart. It's a 2-wheeled cart with some hay in the back of it and an old stubborn mule. And basically, it's not exactly the fastest mount in the world, but she says, just head down the coast.
So I know that I'm not comfortable with her, but I know that she works for somebody that I trust.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm going to ask her, do I need to pose as a cleric, or is it okay if I go as myself?
She goes, I don't really care what you do, just do what you're told.
Nice talking to you.
Well, it's not very nice.
Well, Cobra Commander giving orders over here.
So I'm ditching the cleric robes and the.
Okay, so you're ditching the priest attire and you're just going as yourself. Okay. Yeah, she's very and what she just said to you is very on brand for her. She's very short, curt, and she's very affectionate towards Neville, and to everyone else, she's just very standoffish. So, is there anything you want to do before you leave Baldur's Gate?
I'm taking my spear, which when I'm in the temple, I put a holy symbol over the tip so that it doesn't look like a spear. It looks like a staff.
It looks like you're carrying like a staff.
And yeah, it's a cover-up, which I think this symbol is the waves crashing into each other.
Right.
I think that's the umbrella symbol.
Okay.
And I normally wear robes that cover my head and cover me. Okay. So I'm ditching all that. The only thing, and I don't wear armor. I just wear like the knee-length pants. Gotcha. That's what I'm driving the wagon with. What is pulling this wagon?
It is a older horse. Kind of probably should be put out to field, put out to pasture, but he's on his last couple of legs here.
Okay.
All right, so you make your way down.
Am I going down the coast?
Yes. So if we go back, I will show you a better map that we have here, or just different. All right, so here's Baldur's Gate. You're going to be taking this coast way south past Candlekeep, and the lighthouse is just below off map here. It's just south of Candlekeep. You can, with the cart, you can take it probably a day and a half. Yeah.
But I need to take the cart so that I have a way of getting them back.
That was kind of the idea, is to smuggle Glenn back. Now, you're familiar with Baldur's Gate and just how some of the inner workings work. So basically, your issue coming back through is going to be, if you kind of scroll over here to the right, you have to go through the outer city of Rivington, and that Worm's Crossing there is where you're going to have a hard time smuggling him through. That's where there's a big, over here, there's a big issue with the Flaming Fist there, and they've actually got sentries and stuff set up, so they'll be looking for anyone that is affiliated with the guild. So the idea, he's a halfling of few words, but he's kind of, that there's a lot of smuggling that goes between Rivington and back towards Eastway. So if you scroll back over to the top of the map here, you'll see Eastway. I'm gonna kind of up there.
Ooh.
So
I've got an idea to get him across.
Okay. So with that, you're going to spend the next couple of days on the road. We're going to head back over to this map because this actually shows you, as you leave Baldur's Gate and you head south, you've got a ways to go. It doesn't show the road, but it kind of shows you where the lighthouse is. All right. So you spend the next couple of days, for the sake of brevity, we're just going to skip over, and You are arriving at the lighthouse on your cart the same morning that our two individuals are waking up from the night before. So you traveled south through a storm. You didn't make haste. Water doesn't bother you at all. Thunder, whatever. It was a pretty bad storm, but you were able to, keep enough cover and just kind of drive through and make it without any problem. You also don't mind the cold. This cold front comes in. It doesn't bother you at all. So you were able to head south. You get there in pretty good time. And you did not see any... you passed a lot of travelers on your way south, but you did not see any hunting bands or roaming, bounty hunters or anything like that, which is what you're looking for, because your target has a pretty hefty bounty on him for this. So, and a lot of people may go after it just because he would be easy to spot in a crowd.
Okay.
All right. So you've basically arrived at the lighthouse. You get to the lighthouse, and we'll hop over to this map here, which will show the lighthouse, and that is the tavern.
Okay.
All right, so you pull up your
So
cart.
stroll on up into the tavern.
Right, so you pull up. Now, from the inside, Glyndon, you're sitting by the fire. You've kind of pulled together some various fruits that you're having for breakfast. You've basically found some old some big melon that you're eating into. And as you're doing that now, Mugrunden, you're looking around for something more substantial than, an old melon. So you're looking around the kitchen. And as you're looking around, you're kind of making some noise in the kitchen. And you look down and you see basically there's like a bowl of water in there that they use to move to clean things out. You look down and you see your reflection in the bowl of water. And your reflection turns and looks towards the door, but you didn't do that.
Is there something over by the door?
Yeah. So you see your reflection turn before you turn.
Oh, that's startling, but I'm more worried about there potentially being something at the door.
So we'll come back to that.
Maybe it was a warning.
And within like half a second of that, you turn and you hear the door opening, and in walks in Wes. Describe yourself.
All right. So I'm about 5'5", not very tall, but not slight of build. Opalescent skin. Sometimes it looks green. Sometimes it looks blue. They're long green kelp-like braids or dreadlocks almost, with barnacles and like seashells and just stuff all in it. It looks almost like kelp, but it's hair. Around the collarbones and shoulders, there are dark Maori-like tattoos, like and fins down the arms, webbed fingers that are a different color between. Only wearing like knee length pants and no shirt, barefoot, and I go scan the room, and do I see Glyndon?
You do. You scan the room. You see a dragonborn walking out of the back of the tavern, looking at you. You also spot a fairly large furbolg with his back to the door. You see the silhouette of his ears as he's reaching down and like eating into his melon. Since the first person you saw is the dragonborn, let's have Mugrunden describe yourself.
Well, first of all, have I seen a triton before in my sailings?
No, they're extremely rare. You know what they are. You've heard about them. You've sailed a good bit, but you've never actually seen one. You know of them.
All right, so I'm a bronze dragonborn, about 6.5 feet tall. Is wearing chainmail and has kind of crumpled clothes over the top of it, and looks like he slept in him the night before. He's rooting around the kitchen for something to eat, and he says, "Hello, my short and stocky friend. What brings you in here?"
I will. I look to Glyndon and I'm saying, I assume that one.
You assume that one what?
All right, Glyndon.
I assume that one is why I'm here.
So, Glyndon, what do you do?
Oh, hail, well met, traveler. The owner of this place is not here, but if you'd like, I can rustle you up something.
Oh, Glyndon.
I was sent by quite a tall fellow.
Oh,
Taller than you, even.
ooh, tall indeed. Neville?
Sounds familiar. He would like me to return you to the city.
Ooh, I've heard I am none too popular in those parts.
Wes, that's just.
We're going to try to get you. Yeah, we're going to try to get you in there an alternate route. I don't. Now that I'm looking at it, my wagon may not work for the two of you.
I suppose you're trying to collect the bounty on his head.
Did he say why he wants me? Because this seems.
He said that you had a. He said you had a lot of heat on you right now.
Yeah, about 100 gold's worth.
Did he?
You probably shouldn't be saying that out loud.
It's only the three of them.
So he's trying to help, like hide me, or is
that it seemed like he needed you back in the city for something. I'm just doing this as a favor for him so that he owes me.
Taking me into the city that wants me. It's either that or stay out here in the wild.
Under his protection, I assume.
That was what you thought. That was the notion that you got.
He did initiate me into the guild. Would you like to see my thieves kit? That guy's a paladin. He has no idea what any of this stuff is. He's like, sure, I'll be in the thieves guild. What the hell is the thieves guild?
I'll ask him. Do you know the handshake?
Actually, I do. He taught it to me.
He did.
Yeah. That's my favorite part.
I'll double check it. I'll make sure he knows it.
Okay.
What do I do? Like a performance check? How do I do this?
No, it's fine. We'll just
okay.
We'll go through it. So y'all exchange the secret handshake. Mugrunden, you kind of look over in kind of confusion. It looks like a regular handshake, but apparently it's special.
It doesn't look very special to me.
Well, you're not in the
just
thieves
think this
guild now.
internally.
It wouldn't, would it?
I'm not stating that hey, your special handshake doesn't look very special. I just see them shake hands, and I think,
That's because my other hand is in his wallet.
All right, so y'all are having this conversation. Mugrunden, what are you doing as this conversation continues? Like, what's your?
I'm just standing off to the side, waiting to see what they decide and what course of action they're taking.
And then, Glyndon, what is your response to what's going on here?
I'm a little hesitant. Neville seemed like a good man. Maybe
Are
maybe
you
I
vocalizing this hesitancy? Like, are you like?
Yeah. I'm kind of debating whether.
I'll tell you. Look, he seemed like he wanted you there for a reason. He really didn't tell me, but then again, he wouldn't tell me. I'm more of a offshoot from him, but he knows that I have an ability to get you through kind of the blockade that others may not.
All right. I'm dubious. A little trepidation.
So let me ask a point of order. Who is carrying? Where is the scroll and the amulet?
Glyndon has the scroll. I have the amulet.
Are you wearing the amulet?
Nah, it's in my pocket.
Okay, so you just got the amulet in your pocket, and the scroll is where? Just in your pack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Scroll case in the pack.
So it's in the case in the pack. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the plan?
Ooh.
I've got a wagon.
Well, Glyndon, we've got a couple of options. We can take this man's wagon back to Baldur's Gate. We can follow the how do I say this? The details that we gathered last night and head that way. And or we can, if this guy's not your friend, we can rough him up a little.
Right. And I might be able to find who this is and talk to them. It's just a large misunderstanding.
Ah.
Maybe.
Well, either
It's
way.
an option. It's an option.
It's up to you. You're the one with the bounty on his head.
Yes.
I'm gonna look at the dragonborn a little and raise my eyebrow and say, "Rough me up."
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
He ate something like you about a month ago, it looked like. It was highly disturbing.
No. The Tritons are much stronger than those fishmen.
Ah.
The Triton would have put up actually a good fight.
All right, let's pause. As y'all are having this conversation and y'all are kind of debating your next course of action, Mugrunden, you're looking around and just kind of, as you're questioning this whole situation, you look across and you see there's a mirror by the door, a small mirror, like where like the coat rack would be by the door. You look and you see your reflection again in the mirror, and it looks out the window, and in your reflection, you're reaching back for your maul.
Well, I'm going to reach for my knife,
Okay.
and I'm going to throw it at that mirror.
Okay.
Because that's the second time now.
Okay. All right. So y'all both see.
Hang on. Time out. Which way is the mirror? Is it by me?
It's behind you. Yes.
Oh, it's behind him.
Yes.
All right, well, I'm going to step to the side first, so it doesn't look like I'm throwing a knife straight at him.
Okay.
Try and make it a little clear that I'm not throwing it at him.
All right. So I'm going to say that you throw the knife. It shatters the mirror. What do you two do after he throws the knife?
Sweet my leaky man. Did you get into the bud back there?
I don't know. There's something going on. If reflections are
Be a lot
it'd be
going on
funny.
forward for this man.
They're acting
I'm
weird.
gonna walk towards the mirror, and I'm assuming towards the door. Look at the mirror just to see if he was throwing it at something. He obviously wasn't throwing it at me.
Quick perception check.
I don't have.
You know how to do that on the sheet?
Yeah, give me just a second. Perception.
You just literally can just click on perception.
Yep.
Okay. You get to the door and you look up at the door that's still kind of open from where you came in, just kind of like sitting open. And you look and you see your horse on the cart, and your horse is like bucking up and like trying to back up, like he's trying to free himself from the cart and the bridle.
But I don't see anything.
That's the first thing. That is, you look at, all you see is your horse. You do a quick scan of the area. You don't see anything else other than your horse like bucking and trying to move backwards.
I'm going to say something's wrong and ready my spear and step to the side of the door.
Okay.
Of course, there's something wrong with the reflections. Are acting weird. Glyndon, what's going on?
I don't know. My first inclination is to maybe disguise myself, because I'm thinking this might be more people coming to collect.
What are you going to disguise yourself into?
I'm looking at that right now. I can kind of go about a foot lower or higher.
Okay.
Lower probably be better.
So you go down to 6.5 feet.
Disguise self.
You can literally turn yourself into any other humanoid.
Yeah, probably just a human.
Okay, it lasts an hour. Yeah, I'll go like a human.
Okay.
I'll be a really tall human, nondescript, as plain Jane as I can look.
All right. So you turn into a human. And you're standing there. Mugrunden, what are you doing?
I'm grabbing my maul and I'm looking around for more things with my reflection in them.
Okay. All right. So so everyone's like basically grabbed weapons except for Glyndon, who is just now turned into a very nondescript older gentleman sitting by the fire eating his melon. A few moments pass. The horse continues to wee and to neigh outside. It's very upset. And you're looking, Finn. You're looking out the window, which I don't think we actually did the name. That his name's Finn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the Triton looks out the window, and you see three gentlemen walking up the path, and heading in. So they're basically here. They're coming in. You see three gentlemen. Two of them are armed in. One of them has a long sword and shield out. He is wearing chainmail, or actually it's like a breastplate, and it actually has the insignia of the flaming fist on it. There's another gentleman standing beside him that is brandishing a club, actually like a mace. And in front of them is a larger individual, all human, a larger individual, bald head with a big burly beard. He's wearing basically like a tattered vest, and he has these massive biceps, and he's walking up, and he's got this giant maul out. And all three are basically walking into town, They're walking up to the tavern.
I'm going to see this. I'm going to look for anything to bar the door.
Okay.
And then I'm going to ask them if there's another exit.
Okay, so let's take a look.
Aha!
All right. So let's just say this is the door. We're going to put Finn by the door. We're going to put Glyndon by the fire. And we're going to put Mugrunden. You were here?
Yeah, about there.
I keep wanting to call him MacGruber.
Magruber!
I called him MacGyver yesterday.
Magruber!
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I like it.
So, and all of the people, they're basically, I don't know if you can see, they're out, further out the door. There does not look to be another door. There is a side door.
What is this?
Yes, there is a side door there, and that goes towards the lighthouse. It's actually connected to the lighthouse.
Is it towards the coast?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it that way? We can get into the lighthouse.
I'm going to ask Dragonborn to help me move this table and the table closest to the door.
Okay.
Like tilt it towards the door, like lean it over.
Do you point to this one or the square one or
the circular one or the rectangular one, whichever one will move easier.
Okay. So it'll be this one. So we'll say that's gone, and you're moving it here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally table flip
but
over that way.
And I'm laying it. I'm not using it as like sitting upright. I'm tilting it over where it's kind of at an angle, so it'll kind of wedge into the floor.
Okay. All right. As you are moving the table, now you're doing this. Is anyone else helping you, or is it just you?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Oh, okay. So y'all are doing that. So as y'all are kind of moving the table, they're continuing up the path. As y'all move the table in front, Glyndon, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna sit there and eat my melon.
What a delicious melon.
Yeah.
Does this place have windows?
There are a few windows, but they're small. They're not big enough to like get in or out of.
I'm gonna ask. I've gathered his name is Glenn because that's what the guy said. I said, Glenn, is it? Can you look and see if there's anybody out the back?
Yeah, like through the back behind the building. Or
Just look and see if there's anybody approaching that way.
Yeah, I'll stand up and just kind of gaze.
You look out the window. You see stables out the side. You see the cart. You don't see anybody else out the back.
I just
Looks okay.
got this mental image of, hey, check the back, see if there's anyone coming. And he's just sitting in his chair by the fire going, well, like
Eating some honeydew.
what do you mean, like out the back?
All right.
Yes, go, Glyndon.
So this isn't here.
So once we have the table, once we have the table over that way, I'd say let's go that way.
Okay.
Quick.
Hang on, I gotta figure this
All
out
right.
here. All right. I can't stop drawing.
Yeah, I don't know how to delete it.
Yeah, I'm good. All right. So as y'all are pulling the table together, you hear this booming voice call out, "Whoever's in the tavern, we're only here for the furbog."
Ooh.
I just kind of shrug at the Triton, and we keep doing whatever we're doing.
All right, so y'all
No furbogs here, sir.
Y'all are like basically bracing the door, and with that, you kind of can see out like the cracks of the door. You can see this big burly guy looking. Goes, "I'm gonna count to 3. You open the door, or I will open it for you."
I'm gonna yell out the door. There's no Forbog in here.
Well then, open the door and let us in.
Are they like the authority in this area?
Actually, can I get a deception roll out of Finn?
Okay.
There's no furbogs in here, I swear.
Oh, wow, well. Just so you know what that is, it rolls it twice in case you have advantage or disadvantage. We always take the first roll if
Right.
you just don't. So you roll 18. So you say there's no furbog. The voice goes, "We were told he was here. Have you seen the furbog?"
I'll say, can we get? You seem to be in charge. Is that correct?
Aye.
Would you please, for safety's sake, approach? Look in here for yourself. We'll stay back. You can see who's in here. We'll all go about our separate ways.
There's a table blocking the door.
Well, that he can still look through the window.
He walks up. He goes, "Open the door. If you have nothing to hide, you can open the door."
Well, unfortunately, there's a
He actually
table in
pushes
front
up
of us.
against the door, and it's barred. And he goes,
All right,
"I'm
so
losing my patience."
I'm going to look at him and say, "I'm trusting you here, friend." And I'm going to kind of slowly move it to the side. Not enough to where it's just wide open, but enough to where he can get through.
All right, so just wide enough for him to get through.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like I'm showing him that I'm trying. I'm making it look like I'm like straining and it's
I
heavy.
understand.
But I'm like,
So he
okay.
sticks his head in. He sticks his head in, and you look at. He just looks like just like he reeks of pig. Like he smells like straight swine.
Oh.
And he looks in and he's like, and he goes, "Get ready, boys. He's here. I can smell him."
He's got his head in the door?
You open the door, right?
Right, but it's just his head in.
Just his head.
I'm going to slam it on him and bar him back in.
All right. You slam him. All right. So you slam the door.
I'm trying to pin him in the door and then get the Dragonborn to
All
move
right. So
the table.
basically,
back.
what you're going to do is make an attack. This will be a strength check.
Okay. So just click strength.
Yeah.
Or
Can I assist him?
This is quick. This is a knee-jerk, so let him do it first.
I don't need.
Oh yeah, he's fine.
All right. You slam the door.
He's strong.
Roll a d4, add your strength mod for damage.
D4 and strength mod. 2 or 4.
Four
Sorry.
total. Okay. All right. So you ram the door, and you basically his head is stuck, and he's like, "Let me out!" And he's angry, but you're basically holding him.
I'm like, move the table, move the table.
All right. So as you're doing that, Mugrunden, what are you doing?
I punch him in the face. I don't know what to do. His head's stuck there. I don't know if we're in combat or not. So I take a swing and I pop him one in the nose.
All right. Roll attack, strength attack.
Ah! I wasn't ready.
You can roll it in here.
11.
Roll in here.
Roll the thing. All right. Oh, that was 2 of them. 7.
Okay, so you go to punch him, and he kind of and you miss, and in the action, you just run your fist into the door. You kind of pull back. As that happens, Glyndon, what are you doing?
I'm going to call out to them. There's a side door.
All right, so are you actually standing? Are you still holding the melon?
I am, and I'm actually squirting some juice on me because obviously this thing can track me by smell.
Oh, good. All right, so you're putting some melon.
I'm potpourriing myself with some honeydew.
I'm exfoliating.
Bed Bath and Beyond up in Faerun here.
All right, so you call out to them that, hey, we can leave here through the side door. With that, let's all roll initiative.
All right.
Oh, good.
Where do I click this?
How do I get? There we go.
This boy's on fire.
All right, initiative. And I just click initiative, right? Yeah, there we go.
All right, I don't have my character sheet up. I got a 15.
Okay.
I got a 15.
So this is the guy that you basically got in the door. These 2 guys are off to the side.
Dang, Wes.
All right. All right, let's figure this out. Holy moly. All right. And then what did Laszlo roll? 15?
I got a 15.
Okay, 15. Okay. The guy in the door is a 9. And then he's going to go separate. The other 2 guys will go together, and they'll go a 6. So it's like everybody will go before them. All right. So now what we're going to do is come over here. We're going to give everybody a turn, add turn. Hang on. There's a way for me to do a tracker.
Oh, that's cool.
Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So on this character sheet, what am I going to click for an attack? Do I click I don't click the spear because that's the damage. You wait until you hit. So what rolls the D20 for attack?
If you just click on the attack.
Just click on the attack you want to use.
Yeah.
Let me test something real quick.
Like on the weapon, I think for mine, I hit like battle axe.
Yeah. So that's the first attack, second attack. All right. Mugrunden, you rolled a 15.
Yeah.
Glenn, what did you roll?
Was it 13? Where'd it go?
13.
Yeah, 13.
This guy here is going to go at a... Hang on.
Mugrunden.
9. And then these guys are going to go at a...
It's a great name.
6.
Thanks. I rolled for it myself.
6. Okay. All right. And now we have a turn order. And we'll make that a little bit bigger. We'll keep it off to the side here. All right. So now we have a turn order. All right. So first thing we're going to do is Finn, you are up first.
Okay, I've got my spear close by me from where I.
So you're holding the door. You can grab your spear. Now what are you going to do?
I'm going to take the spear, and I'm going to kind of spin it for some momentum around behind me, and then I'm going to bring it in and try to. I'm guessing his shoulders through from where he leaned through.
It's just his head. His head is really right there.
Oh, it's just his head? I guess I'll just aim for his head and try to shish kebab him right
Go
in
for that
the
the Gracie.
All right, go for it. Roll the attack.
Okay, so and that's the spear one-handed or two-handed?
Two-handed. It'll be a D8 if you do two-handed.
Okay.
22. That will definitely hit. So basically, if you use a two-handed attack, you can't do your offhand. You're just basically like one big attack, which is fine. You hit it. So it's a D. Now roll damage, which will be a D8 plus your. You actually can finesse that. I think it's the same for you. So D8 plus 2.
On the damage, it says D8, 1d8 plus 2 piercing.
Yeah, that's it.
So if I just click that, will it automatically
Let's
end?
see if it does. Let's see if it does. Click it. Yep. There you go. All right. So you roll.
It looks like it made an attack roll. No, that looks like an attack roll because it has the same 2060 plus 4.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to roll that damage.
You can go up to the regular dice.
So just roll 1d8.
Yeah, roll it 1d8.
Yeah, I
too.
guess.
We'll figure that out later. Danny's
the
is set up
two-handed
to
throw.
Is it add 2 or
Yeah.
add 2 for my strength? That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a D6.
1.
You roll a D6. You
Alright,
do D8. There. Whoa, that's way better.
Hey,
All
I
right,
like it. Man, he's putting in the cheat code.
10 to
He's min-maxing.
10 to the face.
All right, so you stab him. It actually goes like through like part of his throat and cuts to the front. And your spear is actually in the wall, and he's bleeding out, but he's still like he's still standing, even though you basically just cut his throat with the spear.
Oh,
that will be your turn. Mugrunden.
I will swing my maul at his head.
Swing.
All right, how do I do the attack from the character sheet?
If you
just click on your weapon.
Click on the weapon.
Oh, down here. I see.
Right, so you rolled a 13, which is enough to hit.
All right.
So now roll your damage.
I will roll my damage.
That
wasn't my damage.
That's not your damage.
Yeah, I just had to roll the die for it. Which is
There's a way to do this. Hang on.
Yeah, let me see if I can. I figured it out last night. I don't.
Okay, now I re-roll the 2 for great weapon fighting.
Right. You
All right,
have to keep that
6 plus 1, 7 damage.
7 damage. Okay.
again to his head.
Right. You hit him, and you hit his head, and you've been in enough battles to know that should have split his head open like a melon, and you hit it, and it just kind of like, there's something about this guy. He's thick. You don't understand it. Like, he's unarmored. You took a blow to the head. You took a knife to the head. A spear to the head. You hit him, and he just kind of shakes off. He's like, ah! Like, he is seriously angry.
Something weird's going on.
Yeah, Wolverine here.
Glyndon.
One could say he's raging.
Glyndon.
That would.
I don't know what you mean.
What are you gonna do, Glyndon?
Okay. My movement speed is what, 30? I'm assuming. My character sheet died on me before it could print all the way. Okay.
That's 6 squares.
Yeah, I'll move. Let's see, 20, 25, 30. I'll move here.
You should be able to move him.
Yeah.
All right, so you're just gonna go to there.
Yeah, that was 6 squares.
Okay. All right, and you just got your sword and shield in hand, or axe and shield?
I'll go ahead and pull them out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you pull it. Yeah, so you move up. Now here's the thing: if you want, you could, since you're not attacking, you could move another 30 feet. You basically can take a dash to move another 30 feet.
Okay. Let's see. I'll go to about right here. I don't want to get too close to the fray yet while they're all swinging wildly.
Okay. All right, so you move up to there. All right, their turn. The guy that at the door that has been stabbed in the throat, hit over the head, you see him you see him like pull back, and he starts like, as he starts like grunting, you see his entire head begin to change shape, and you see these giant tusks start coming out the side of his head, and with that you see his hands just like push back and break open the door.
Well, that's not good. That's not good.
Got Bebop here, Rocksteady.
And now he shows up, and we're gonna add his turn back in. He's at a 9. Yes, he's got like basically a giant boar head, and like his clothing that was tattered is just now hanging on to him, and he's got his maul. He basically opens the door and pushes you guys back. Both of y'all make a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw. I fail.
Yes, you do.
So is that where it has it under proficiency bonus? Is that where I click?
Yeah.
Why is it 4?
Because you get your proficiency bonus plus your strength mod.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, y'all both get knocked
fail.
back. Okay. And
Can I try to do acrobatic instead?
this is no, because it's a push. It's
Okay.
It's actually on this. Yeah. All right, so he's gonna move into the door. The door swings open. The table gets pushed out of the way. And that's his turn. He basically turns into this giant boar man. And then he pushes, and he's like roaring out of the way with his giant maul. And with that, the next person comes in to here. He's gonna move to here. He has this is the man with the sword and the shield. He's gonna take his long sword, and he's gonna stab at Finn, who's on the ground. So you are prone. He gets attack of opportunity.
Okay.
So we'll take the 18, not the 15. So that will be a 20 to hit.
Okay.
And he is going to stab you for 1 + 2 is 3 damage. So he stabs you, and then he's going to shift to here. And then his friend comes in with the mace, and he's going to swing down on you as well. You roll out of the way of that attack.
Okay. Is there a good place to keep up with hit points on here?
No.
Okay, I'll keep it up with it on a sheet then.
You've taken what, 3?
Yes. 3 out of 17, so I'm at 14.
I don't actually know if there's a good place or not.
There is. If you actually click on your...
Let me see.
You can put a 3 on like the red circle. And that tells you how much damage you took. You see that? If you click on Wes's token on the map.
I think I have to click a different selector. It's not letting me grab the token. You may have to give permission to it.
It's okay. Just keep up with it. All right. So you've taken 3. Okay. Now we go back to the top of the round. It is actually your turn, Finn. You're on the ground. You've got 2 guys standing over you brandishing weapons.
So to move away from them is
disengage.
Right, which I think I can do at this level if I use a key point.
You can.
But I can use that as a bonus action as well. I
Correct.
think.
So you could attack and then disengage with a key point.
Yeah. So I'm going to attack at the one on my left.
Okay. The one with the shield.
And then disengage. Yes, disengage kind of back straight back so that I can try to get one at me at a time to where only one can come at me between these tables over.
All right, so first let's do this. Let's make your attack. So you're going to make a 2-handed attack since there's no reason to dual wield here because you're going to use your bonus action for something else.
Right.
So now you're on the ground. So kind of explain to me, like, as you're laying on the ground, spear in hand, how are you just... We talked about this is a very martial game, so we want to explain, like, how are you going to attack him? What's this look like?
So this is going to be like I'm going to almost like kip up and then just make a 2-handed ram forward.
Okay.
with all the momentum from coming up from the floor.
Okay.
And after I do that, I'm going to push the spear into the floor and shoot myself backwards, kind of crouching tiger style.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's like it's one motion. You can go spear, and then almost like the back side of the spear, push yourself back.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So make your attack.
Backwards pole vault.
Gotcha. All right. Now he has his shield up in front of you, so make your attack. You slip the spear right past his shield. It does land. Roll your damage, so D8 plus 2.
Mm-hmm. 8.
Wow. Okay. All right, so you stab him, you hear him go, "Arr!" And then you're able to push back and nimbly like fall backwards. You can move yourself 3 squares back. I think you can actually pick up and move it.
It's not letting me pick it up for some reason.
All right, hey, let me see if I got to give you permission. Hang on. Edit. Can be edited and controlled by Wes.
I'm clicking select move.
Oh, you just drag it. Just click and drag.
All it's doing is drawing a box.
Okay, I'll move it back. Here?
To the right 1.
Here?
And back 1.
There. That works.
So I'm trying to make it to where I have
1, 2. Yeah, I see what you went 1. You basically went from here to here and then rolled to here. Got it. Okay, that works.
Yeah.
All right, so that's your turn. That's okay. Now, I actually, to be fair, that is attack. That's your action. Your bonus action is to disengage. You still have a move action. You could still move 40 feet if you wanted to, because you used a key point.
Okay.
Yeah, monks
I'm
are
good.
crazy nimble.
I think I'm good.
All right. So you just stand there and just spin your spear around in a floor.
I'm going to spin the spear around and then whack the chair next to me and try to send it at one of them, Jackie Chan style.
All right. Mugrunden, your turn.
I kind of stumble to my feet and off to the side, and as I come up to my feet, I unleash this bolt of lightning across the floor and sweep it up in this direction.
Nice. Okay.
Thank God I got out of there.
So it's a line. So you're basically going to hit the boar and then the guy behind him. Correct?
Well, I'm aiming right here.
You're trying to see if you can hit all 3.
That's what I'm trying.
I mean, is it a cone or a straight line?
It's
a straight line.
I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you.
It's DC 13 Dex.
All right, DC 13 Dex. We're going to roll it right here. All right, so this is for the boar. Yeah, it's going to be a pass.
Ty goes to defender.
Yeah. The guy behind him rolls. He fails. And the guy with the shield passes.
Okay. The one who failed will take 10 damage, and the 2 who passed will take 5 damage. Lightning.
Okay. All right. So you let loose your lightning. It arcs through. It kind of ricochets off the boar. It hits the man right behind him dead on. It then explodes out the side of him and hits the guy to the side. So it's just, and the whole tavern just lights up as that happens. I mean, it's blinding when that happens. I'm assuming you're done.
I am done.
Okay.
I am done.
Glyndon, your turn.
All right. Let's see. I hate to get up into the fray with 3.
Up into the business.
Oh well, let's do it. I'm a paladin. All right. That's what he would do.
Tally.
Yeah. Quickly towards the danger. I'll run up and try to hit Boarman with the great axe. The hand axe.
Well, it's a battle axe. Battle axe.
Yeah, battle axe.
All right, so you come up with your shield and you swing out with your battle axe. Make your attack.
All right. Come on. All right, here we go.
Danny, that is a crit.
Yes.
Is there anything
You
else?
know what it also is?
What?
Starts with an S and ends with a might.
Nice.
All right,
Um,
so the math on this is it's a D8
Start
for
on
the for the axe, it's 2D8 for the smite, and then that is doubled, so it's 6D8.
Jesus.
Now,
Okay.
the
This only
question-
goes up to 5, so I'll
Okay.
do 5.
But the question is, after we do this, is that what does a smite from you look like?
Ooh.
So roll your
What?
it's actually 68 plus your normal damage. I think it's 68 plus what's your strength?
2.
So 68 plus 2.
All right. Here's 5.
The first opportunity that Glenn could smite as a level 2 paladin, he rolls a crit. The first
Nice.
opportunity.
Let me roll one more D6.
What can be smitten shall be smoten.
I mean D8. I'm sorry.
So it's 25 damage.
Is that double?
Wow.
All right.
So
what
that
is-
gets doubled just the initial hit, right?
Yeah, the plus 2 doesn't get doubled. It's just the dice. So
Oh,
it's
Jesus.
that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So the just so you understand, it's a D8 for the axe, and then
Gotcha.
you smite, so it's another 2D8, and then that is doubled, so we go to 6D8.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So the cool thing about the paladin is they can decide if they smite after the attack is made. So once they see that they landed the crit, they then can declare the smite, and it's like a freaking personal fireball. So all right, so you land your axe in the dead of his chest, and you pull it back. Now, is there any give me some type of what's the special effect of this as you land the attack? Like, what is this? Does it
So
sound
the axe
different?
goes in, and it's more like let me see here. I got to incorporate the unicorn horn into this somehow. Maybe it's like kind of an ethereal, like it looks like a spear. A horn like just pierces into his chest as I pull
Okay.
it out. You know.
All right, so maybe there's you've got like a spectral horn that goes with your axe as you lean into it. Okay, all right. So there's this like emerald light, this green light that like coalesces around his axe as he lands it. You see not just only the blade of the axe dig into his chest, but you also see it burn and sizzle as you smell like
Bacon?
burned pork. I was gonna go with like a brisket, but yes, it's the smell of bacon permeates the tavern. As you pull the axe out, you see blood just spew out the side of it. You've broken through like not only his flesh but also his bone. He's got an exposed wound here. He lets out this shriel. It's like whee! He left his his tough bravado to just a full-on pig swine squeal. He's like,
I dig it.
his arm
Is he still standing?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my.
I pissed off
So-
Wilbur.
So he's like Arnold Schwarzenegger, so we can call him the Baconator?
Correct.
Do it now. Give me a
It is his turn. He is going to he's gonna pull out this giant maul and swing it at Glyndon.
This is gonna be bad.
Just don't get hit.
That's 15. That's gonna be a 20
No.
to hit.
I got a 19.
All right. Take what's his bonus? Take 11 from the axe.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, from the
From the
maul.
maul?
So he hits the maul. You actually raise up your shield, but the weight of the maul crashes into the shield and actually
Right.
pushes you back. So even though you deflected it, it wasn't enough as he smashes you. As you kind of pull back, he then goes forward and tries to rake you across with his tusk.
Are they moving back any or are they staying?
Oh,
boy.
that ain't kosher. That
Critin.
ain't kosher.
Critin.
Take another 13.
So 24?
24 total.
It's
I
not
think
too
that's
bad.
exactly how much I have, isn't it?
I think it is.
Hey,
Yes. You know.
That sucks, actually. That really sucks.
Avenge me!
Also, could you make a Constitution saving throw?
All right, let me see if I can find that on my character. Oh God, what's this going to be? Con. Where is that? Yeah, there we go.
You pass.
Nice.
So he basically skewers you with the horn, the tusk. He pulls it out. You fall to the ground, and as you fall to the ground, the magic fades away of you being a human, and you're basically an unconscious furball laying on the ground.
Yeah.
So Glyndon is down.
Okay.
At that point, this individual here is going to rush up. And then this one here is going to run around to here. So this is kind of happening simultaneously. The guy with the mace is going to go over and attack Mugrunden. 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay.
Ooh.
3 points of bludgeoning damage from.
How dare you?
Right. And now the man with the shield and the longsword, the other flaming fist gentleman, runs up. He's going to swing at you with a 17 to hit.
Me?
And that will... Oof! 9, 10 damage.
On me?
Yeah. So, Finn,
Okay.
you take damage as well.
10 damage, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. And now we go to the top of the round. It is Finn.
All right, so I'm going to attack the guy in front of me with the spear and an unarmed strike.
Okay.
And I think I can wait till after that to choose a key point.
Are you thinking about flurry of blows?
Well, I think you can choose after.
Right.
Or
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
So do this. So attack first. So this will be your main hand. This is the tip of the spear. It's going to be a miss. He
Nope.
blocks that off with your shield.
Okay.
Offhand by 19.
Ooh.
That's going to hit. So you definitely will hit him with the offhand attack. So that'll be a D4 plus 2 damage.
5.
5 total. Okay. All right.
Still standing?
He is still standing. Yeah. You basically knocked him back a little bit with the bottom of your spear.
All right, I'll flurry of blows.
Okay. Make another.
Actually, when is so spells have to be main actions, right?
Some are like bonus.
It depends on what it says.
I don't know about fog cloud.
All right, so that's either
One
gonna-
action, yeah. It's an action. It's
in
an
action. Yeah, so go ahead and make your flurry of blows.
Okay.
Whoa, that's another hit. All right, roll your
Nice.
D4.
Nice.
He's much better without the spear.
Right,
Yeah.
right. 3, 5. Okay. All right. So, explain to me what it looks like. So you miss with the front, and then you hit the bottom, and then what does that last unarmed attack look like?
So as I'm ramming with the spear, I kind of do it up a little bit so that he brings it up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to, it's flurry of blows. It doesn't have to be a punch. I'm assuming it can be a
It
kick.
can be anything. Yeah. It can be a kick.
Yeah, I'm going to front kick him directly in the shin, like into the bone.
Okay.
And as he brings his head forward with the shield from the strike to the shin, I'm going to elbow him to the side of the temple.
Okay. When
Nice.
you go to elbow him in the side of the temple, you catch him flat on, and his head snaps to the side. You hear a pop as his neck completely goes, and his lifeless body just falls to the ground.
Nice.
Okay.
Swine's on the menu, boys.
All right, so we have one down. So he's still gonna be there. He's gone. So let me.
He's on the floor.
Right
Yeah.
there we go. Okay. All right, so let's remove one from the...
That dude was stout. And he had some sort of horrible... Was poison or something, maybe? I don't know.
Okay. So he's down. Now, next we go the Mugrunden.
All right. So as where is it? As this guy stabs me in the side,
Yeah.
I bring my maul up into a big overhead swing at the pig squealer.
You're still going after the pig. All right, go.
I am. Boom. That'll miss.
What's your bonus?
My bonus is +3.
It misses. Anything
It
else?
It does that. Yes, I take a deep breath and I action surge. And I will swing my maul again.
Okay.
16.
That will hit.
Or 17. 17.
That will hit.
That'll hit?
Yep.
All right. I roll my damage.
Reroll
I will re-roll the 2.
And it'll be a 2.
Another 2.
So 8.
9 points of damage. Or 9 points of damage.
9. Okay. All right, you slam your maul into the side. You're still hitting the same side that Glyndon hit. You hear something break on the inside. His arm completely drops down, like he cannot use his right arm at this point. Y'all are kind of like hitting that same side of him. After that, I'm assuming you're not going to move. Okay, Glyndon, make a death save. Actually, wait. Are you at You're at exactly.
I'm at 0.
Do you make?
Is he just unconscious?
I think he's just unconscious. I've always
Nice.
played 0 is unconscious. Well,
He's not even bleeding.
no.
No?
Yeah,
No?
because he's got to make the saves. Because if he makes the saves, he becomes conscious. So you definitely have to make the saves. Death save
Okay.
5. That's a fail.
Oh, good.
So that is
That's-
that is -1 death save. Okay. All right. Now we go to Mr. Boar, who will drop the maul and claw at you.
With his left hand.
Yes. Missing Mugrunden. He just kind of like reaches out. You easily sidestep it. After that, he goes in with the to try to gore you. Oh,
And I dip
God.
right into that.
yeah.
Trevor put in that Mike Tyson code.
17.
Oh, Jesus H.
Oh, that hurts.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
My favorite.
Well, the random experiment was short-lived.
This is why you don't play random characters.
7.
Huh?
7.
All right. The horn goes into you. You feel like you squeal a little bit as that horn comes out of you.
I don't want to be a pig. I don't want to be a pig.
All right. Next, the guy that's left will take that opportunity to try to stab at the
Stab at thee.
miss. Hard miss.
That's good.
Hard
That's a good thing.
miss. All right, top of the round. Finn.
So like he was going for him, and as he went down, he just overshot him.
Yeah, he just completely overshot him. Yeah. All right.
All right. I'm gonna take my spear, and I'm going to try to impale the pig.
All right,
I'm
so
gonna try to put the pig on a spit. And just,
all right, so here's the thing. You can run up to flank him, so you'll get advantage on your attack.
oh, and get better.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that.
All right.
I
So
forget I'm really fast.
you're crazy fast. Yeah. So you run up behind him. Now you're going to take one big attack or two, or main hand, offhand.
Let's go one hand. Let's go one hand. I don't have any more key points. But
Okay.
2 attacks is probably better than one.
2 attacks. All right. So main hand attack, spear,
So-
roll 2d20s. So this is actually just roll it on your sheet because it'll take. So instead of the 9, we take the 15. That's going to hit. Now roll damage
Okay.
at d6 plus 2.
7.
Hang on a second. I just realized I did math wrong. 7 total damage. Okay.
Okay.
And another stab.
All right. Well, not stab. This is
Yeah,
a
you stab him
punch.
with the spear, and now bottom of this 17, that'll hit. So D4 plus 2.
Nice.
3.
All right, so you hit him again. You're basically going back and forth with him. He's still standing at this point. He's kind of leaning a little bit up against the wall. He's wavering. He's still alive. Mugrunden.
I will take a series of shorter breaths and use second wind to
Okay, so
restore some hit points.
roll your D10, I believe you did.
Hails to the end. I will regain 12 hit points.
Nice. All right, you call upon the
Nice.
inner strength of your dragon ancestry and find new resolve.
Excellent. New resolve to smite this foe with my maul. That is a 17.
That will hit. So 2d6
All right.
plus 2.
Nice.
Plus 1. 10 damage.
What does that look like?
Ah, yes. So after he sticks me in the side with his tusk, and my new Triton friend comes up and starts attacking him from behind, I just kind of push back and bring the maul around to the side and clip the side of his face.
Okay.
And he goes over the furbolg and sliding.
Oh, you're going to direct him over the floorboard.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So you drop him over the furbog, and his lifeless body lays there. Glyndon, make a death saving throw. Pass. We're 1-1. We're 1-1.
There we go.
1-1. All right. Guy at the bottom, after he sees the boar go down, he is going to drop the sword and make a run for it. So he's going to go as he's leaving your Mugrunden. You will get a attack of opportunity.
I will do so.
Okay,
Oh, goody!
that's going to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to reroll both of those. There we go. 11 damage as I try and crush his ankle.
What does that look like?
As he drops his sword and he goes skittering away, without really even paying attention, I just bring the maul over like this and I slam it down and shatter the lower leg.
Okay.
Area.
You shatter the leg. He falls down. He actually, as he's falling, he actually hits his head on the chair that's still sitting there, and you can hear the chair like snap him a little bit as he falls over. So he is dead as well. So
Nice.
all three of the assailants are now down. So is the target. Glyndon is also passed out, and we have what are you gonna do? So that was Magrunden's turn. Glyndon made the pass. So it's the top of the round. It's Finn's turn.
I'm gonna ask Mugrunden to come over and assist me, and I'm going to try to do a medicine check on Glenn.
Yes. So with the assist, you can actually roll with advantage. So y'all both go to try to save him. All right, so the 6 would have sucked. The 22, you basically see where the blood is protruding out the side. You're able to, basically pull some robe off of yourself and like stop the wound from bleeding enough for him to regain consciousness. So, Glyndon, you kind of come to a little bit. You see your two friends kind of standing over you. The Triton is holding blood from rushing out of your side. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna lay on hands on myself.
How much?
What do I have? 10?
You have 10.
Yeah.
All of it, baby.
Yeah. Wait. How? Yeah. Because they have more than me. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you spend all 10. You heal yourself. Your wounds close. You're no longer bleeding. As you touch yourself, the power of Maliki comes over. There, you feel that green energy heal you, and all of your wounds just kind of start to close.
Nice.
Excellent.
All right.
So that is Glyndon. So now, Mugrunden, what are you doing?
How do I feel right now? Do I feel pig-like?
No. You feel dizzy and faint.
Oh, jeez.
I say, I feel dizzy and faint.
I'll try
I'm
a
going to
medicine
sit
check
down.
on him too.
Okay.
I should
have
down in
saved-
this chair over
Doesn't
here.
lay on hands do conditions and. Let me
Okay.
see.
All right, so
Can
you go
Danny?
and you
Is
sit
Danny
down.
already able to assist me?
Son of a bitch! I should have saved.
All right, let me ask.
I
Since
have-
this is our first game, what do you want to do?
Who's that, Wes?
No, Danny, do you want to make a change?
Yeah, it says cure a disease or neutralize a poison. Could I do a medicine check to see if it's either of those?
Or do you
Yes.
have to know? It just doesn't either.
I'll give him the medicine check to know.
Okay, well, let me do a medicine. Let me see here.
I'll assist.
Let's see.
Okay. It is not a disease. You feel your friends may be cursed in some way.
Oh,
Hmm.
yes, it doesn't say anything about a curse.
I'm sure somebody at Thieves Guild could help. How long did it take me to get here?
Day and a half.
Hmm.
I have a cure light wounds I can use on them.
I've got plenty of hit points. I just don't.
Hit points
I don't
aren't
feel
the
great.
Problem. This is a whole other realm of healing.
Yeah. I can
I'm not
detect
bleeding so
magic
bad.
on it.
I don't feel great.
So what do y'all want to do?
Well, I think we've got to get you guys back to Baldur's Gate.
All right, that sounds about
we
as good as
definitely
anything
need
else right now.
some sort of extra help.
You've got that cart still, right? Maybe I can just lie down for a little while.
I can put you both in the back of the cart once we approach. What was the name of the town on the other side of the
Rivenspire.
bridge?
I think that was the name of it.
Once we approach Riven, whatever.
Hang on.
Once we approach Riverdale.
Rivington. It's Rivington.
Jonesboro.
Once we approach Rivington, I've got an idea on how to get us across.
Okay.
All right.
Is there anything y'all want to do in the tavern before you leave?
Definitely stock up on some.
I'm gonna
Food.
check some pockets.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, what do these guys? Not that I would know what Flaming Fist looks like, but do these guys have anything on them that looks like Flaming?
Are their
Yes.
fists on fire?
Kind of metagaming,
No.
but
No. So the guy that had the shield, he has a shield. He also has a long sword. If you're interested in that, he's also wearing a breastplate that does have the Flaming Fist insignia on it. That was the.
They could be used for disguise.
absolutely.
Okay. It's also a breastplate. It's actually a pretty good piece of armor. The other guy that you killed was just wearing studded leather. He's also carrying a mace.
Okay.
The werebore is carrying a pouch that has 50 gold pieces in it.
Ooh, okay.
He has another pouch that has 7 assorted gemstones. Yeah. Say gems.
Do I smell gems?
Right. Also, the individual that had the shield also had a small vial of some type of liquid.
Hmm.
What
Could
would
be.
you use to try to find that out?
Oh, let me tell you the rest of it. He also has a scroll. And the individual that had the mace was also carrying a net.
Seems like that would have been useful.
Triton friend doesn't like that one bit, most likely.
I'm used to those.
Oh.
We use them down there too.
So what all are y'all going
Under
to do?
the sea. Breastplate, definitely.
Who's taking the breastplate?
Do they have like tabards over the breastplate, or is it all?
Yes,
on the breastplate?
the two the boar was not wearing a tabard. The other two were.
I think we throw all this in the wagon. Are there any people in this town?
There's Adric the dwarf who is at the lighthouse, and there's a couple of shepherds that are gone. There's a shepherd house across the street.
I'm going to recommend that they give me a hand and take the bodies down to the ocean.
I won't be carrying much of anything right now. I might be able to help get half of this into the wagon, but then I think I need to lay down for a little bit.
I'm gonna get with Danny's help. I'm gonna try to get him down to the ocean, and then I'm gonna go look for any type of thing that could enjoy a nice cold body.
Okay.
There's a couple down there on the beach as well. You're looking for more
Well, then
we call it corpse.
we'll just stack them like cordwood.
Fair enough. Okay, so what's the so y'all are basically taking everything that I need to. What is the list of everything that y'all are taking?
All right, let's see. We might as well take their equipment.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
We'll
all
throw
the
it in there.
equipment.
maybe sell it. You know, we got the gemstone. Oh, I'm sure they, you know. See, gemstones. There was what 50
There's
gold.
also the mall that was on the whereabouts.
Yeah, we'll
Any-
throw them all
any
in there.
armor-
Both of the armors, the weapons that they had.
Okay.
I'm going to detect
and the
magic.
tabards.
So, Danny, say that again.
I'm going to detect magic on any of this stuff.
All right. So you detect magic. You look around, and the net is slightly glowing.
Magical net. I like
It's not magical. It's just covered in goo.
Okay. Slightly glowing.
The scroll is also slightly glowing.
Okay.
The what is?
The scroll.
There's a
The
scroll.
scroll. Ah, yes.
I guess we could try to look at the scroll. Can we see what language it's in at least, or
Yeah.
is that something like you have to have magical ability to kind of read?
Tell you what, if y'all you can look over it. It's in it's in Draconic, which I don't think any of y'all speak.
Hey,
Dragonborn doesn't?
Hey, the
Oh, wait,
Dragonborn.
Wait. I'm sorry. The Dragonborn does. Yes.
Yeah.
You read it, and even though it's in like an archaic tongue, you do recognize the script, and it's has something to do with charming someone.
Has something to do with charming someone, it seems.
I
Might
totally
be
forgot
helpful.
I had like a mental lapse. Like, oh yeah, he's a Dragonborn. Duh. I'm thinking. You know, Furbolg, Triton, Pig. But I'm sorry.
It speaks like 3 languages or something.
No.
Something crazy.
Okay.
All right, tell Glyndon to grab some provisions while you're at it. We'll throw those in the wagon as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you go grab some food and some a keg of ale and some
Yeah.
and some cups. Now
Some cups.
Adric has let you come in and just like grab random fruit. He's never said anything about not like basically looting the place.
Yeah. Just just until we get Baldur's Gate. I mean, we don't need too much.
We're not taking the whole storeroom.
Okay,
Right.
Are you taking a
couple of
keg of
days.
ale?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a pony cake. Like
a pony cake. That's fine.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
won't even miss it. All right. All right. So
How
you
close is the road to the coast?
very close. If we go back and look at the I mean, you're
So,
basically this is the road here that you're gonna
Right.
take.
and this is the
So I'm a
tavern,
little
right?
worried. I'm a little worried
Oh,
about
I get you.
the horse not being able to haul these two beefy boys
Mhm.
plus me. So I may swim along with them
Well,
if it's close enough. I don't know.
yeah, you'll be pretty far off. You could walk next to him though.
Yeah, you'd have to swim over this way.
That's fine.
Yeah.
we're going this way.
He's like, I got swim speed. I'll meet you there.
Look, guys, here's my snarf brat.
Well, are there any small boats, like kind of a John boat?
That's a good idea.
No.
No. For another reason, or like a half barrels or wash basins or anything like that.
What are you trying to pull? What's your idea?
I'm looking for 2 tubs about yay big.
Yeah, you can probably find that out back. There will be empty kegs out the back of the tavern.
I want to grab 2 of those.
Okay.
I was going to say there's a ship right outside the lighthouse, but it's kind of in 2 pieces right now.
Yeah, there's probably some good debris and supplies.
So I want to head towards. I'm going to try to get ahead of them.
Okay.
And just kind of keep lookout.
All right. So you're going to go ahead. I guess Glyndon is going to drive the carriage, and then Mugrunden will be in the back. Is that correct?
Yeah, until we get closer, and then I'm going to, maybe hide or disguise myself.
Well, you've got a day and a half, so you're going to have to do a camp on the way back. Okay.
Right.
So y'all go through the first night heading up. I'm assuming you're not going to push through the night. Y'all need to rest. There's enough woods on the way home as you pass Candlekeep that you'll be able to... We'll go to this map. So outside of Cloakwood would be a good place, or in Cloakwood you could actually stay. It is known for having some brigands and things. It's a good hideout. A lot of smugglers go by here. But if you go on the outskirts, there's a lot of travelers that come up and down this road. You should be safe. For the sake of time and brevity, we'll go through the night. The only thing that I need is a Constitution save from our friend Mugrunden.
Oh no, not from Magrunner. Let's see. Where am I looking? 13.
Ooh. Some pig.
Good thing I have a +5 and roll poorly.
13 good.
It's barely a pass.
Hey.
So you look up at the crescent moon and start kind of itching a little bit, but you no. All right. And with that, the next morning y'all get up and begin heading your way to. Now, before we move into Baldur's Gate, let me ask: we're at 10:20. How much later, or is this a good stopping point?
I think this is a good stopping point for me.
Okay.
All right. We had a little bit of a late start. So what we'll do is we will pick up next time at Baldur's Gate. So y'all will be outside Baldur's Gate. Y'all will have time to discuss the plan of getting through Rivington, across the bridge, and getting back in. So that's going to end our first session. It was pretty fun. It's pretty fun. It was a good story, good role play. Had some combat that got kind of lethal. Me rolling in front of you is going to be interesting. There will be no fudging.
I like it.
No
the web boar was awesome too.
It is what it is, right? You know what's funny? I was originally planning on something else, and when I saw the boar, I'm like, I don't think I've ever used a were-boar ever. And I just like the idea of the tusk. I'm still thinking like OSR, AD&D, no swords and sorcery, and that's
swords
like
and sorcery type.
It's kind of fun, yeah.
And if we die at some point, we can re-roll random
new characters.
That's
right?
True.
So I also
roll.
I'm rolling random treasure, which is you got a +1 net.
Nice. Well, when else would you get a +1 net?
Right, you have a +1 net. And as you're traveling with the day, being that Danny has both medicine, which we're saying is also like alchemy, and herbalism with nature and everything, that is a potion of healing that you have, and a scroll of charm. Awesome. So you have 50 gold pieces, you have the 7 assorted gems, the +1 net, potion of healing, scroll of charm, and then a bunch of mundane stuff. You have a mace, a maul, a long sword, a breastplate, and studded leather. And tabards. You had 2 tabards. I forgot to write that down.